So we're going to start with getting our mise en place for our brownies together. And next we're going to set up our double boiler for our brownies. This is a crucial part in infusing the different flavors together and making sure our brownies come out light, tasty, and very, very hearty. I would say that. So that's me with the smoke coming on. Alright, now we're going to melt our butter. This is the first step in making our brownies. We got to get this butter down and condensed and melty and delicious and everything else in there. Right now we're going to take basil, yes, basil, that's our special ingredient, and we're going to steep it through the butter. This is how you get that light, crunchy taste to your brownies. So we're going to drain after 5 minutes the basil out and make sure the flavor stays in with the butter. So we're steeping that, and then we're going to add our butter back to our double boiler. And next we're going to add some chocolate. Yes, because these are chocolate brownies. So you want to melt the chocolate down and get it in the basil butter so it'll be really, really good and delicious. So we're doing that. And you see it's melted down right now. So we're going to move on to making the brownies more special with some flour and cocoa powder. So we're going to mix those together as such. And it looks just like that as we mix it all in and together. And this is going to give the base of the brownie. And the next thing that we're going to do is get ready to blend it all together. That's our kitchen egg. Yes. And so we take our eggs and we're going to mix them down until they get really condensed and a nice smooth texture. We're going to add some vanilla extract, because that's something that we really need to use to give it a good flavor. And then we're going to add some sour cream for more flavor profiles, and then we're going to mix those all together. And then we're going to add in our basil butter with chocolate. Yes, the chocolate part, yummy. With our flour and cocoa powder comes next, and we're going to mix that all together. And this is how you get the chocolatey look, the dark chocolate look that you're really going for, the really classic brownie look. And so we mix that all together. And the next thing we're going to do is to butter our pan as such. This will help keep our brownies from not sticking. We don't want them to stick to the pan. We want them to come out nicely. So that's me pouring it in just to make sure it fills out the entire pan so everybody gets a brownie. Nobody is missed out or anything. And then I'm going to take it over to the oven. Yes, this is the final stages of our brownies. So we have to bake it. We're going to try to bake it for about 350. And we're going to bake that for about 30 minutes. So it'll rise up and get a nice crunch to it, and all the flavors are infused together into it, and it becomes out delicious. While that's baking, we start our mise en place for our lemon caramel sauce, which is so good. You gotta have that for the brownies. You got to, trust me. And so we start with our pot, and we're gonna turn on the heat. And next we're going to add sugar. This is the process of caramelizing the sugar and making it into a caramel. So you're going to whisk that around real good. And then after a couple of minutes or so, you're going to see your caramel start to form. And that's when you're going to add your heavy cream in there. That's to lift up the juices and make the sauce. It comes out really good. Really, really, really good. And you're going to add your vanilla bean in there too, and it comes out really delicious. And your lemon also. And that's the sauce as such. That's so good. It's so light and airy. And then our brownies, we took them out of the oven and we checked the doneness of them, and they're done. And so we're going to cut them up into slices as such. Everybody gets a piece. Cut them down in center, making sure everybody's happy. And you see them, they come out good. They look like brownies. That's the most important part. And then dipping it and pouring the sauce on it, which is so good. And this comes to the end where it's delicious, and I'm enjoying it. And I hope you all enjoy it too, and go home and make these recipes and contact me. So that's been Lum Lux Luc and an Apron and Mitt production. See you next week.